Hi, this is Jeanette from the Birdcage Furniture in Surprise, Arizona. Today I'm going to go over how to set up the Central Pneumatic HVLP spray gun that you can get at Harbor Freight. One of the things that you need, hi Mom, one of the things that you need is a male connector. And it's really important, the tip that you get, is to make sure that it goes into the other end of the connection on the hose. So this is the piece, and it's a male connector. Yay! Hi, Kim. And then something else that you need is Teflon tape. And I have one of these. I had actually, hi Carmelina, I had accidentally bought the other sprayer at Harbor Freight that has the regulator on it, and it came with this. So I kept this and I use it. But you can use channel locks or pliers to tighten on the connection. But these are really helpful. If you've got one of these, I suggest this. So this is the spray gun. And I'm gonna angle the camera down as I'm setting it up. But this is a spray gun. We'll put that on. So I'm gonna move this down. This is really simple. So all you wanna do is take your Teflon tape and you wanna go around it about 3 times. So, of course, I have a fan blowing over here, so my Teflon tape is going to probably give me a problem here. But just want to get it started and just wrap it around a couple times. And then just rip it off. And if you're not familiar with Teflon tape, you just push it down, and it's that simple. Then you're gonna take your connection, and I just hand screw it on as tight as I can get it. And then this is where this is gonna come into play. And then I'm just gonna take it and give it a couple turns till it's good and tight. And that's it. So what's going to happen is the Teflon tape allows for to seal it, so no air is coming through here. So now all you have to do is put on your cup. And you don't have to use a Teflon tape when you screw on the cup. And then here on the tip, you want different angles. I'm always going in up and down and side by side. So if I knew I was gonna just be working in one direction, I would either have it up or I'd have it to the side. I keep mine at an angle. So I can go any direction I want. So I keep it like that. So it's like at a slight angle. And then this is your fan. This is the pressure that your paint's gonna come out at. This also affects how much paint is coming out. And then this controls how much air is coming through. So I just recommend setting it up for, whatever project you're doing. I always keep mine set on the hardest spray. That's typically just what I like. And I don't really ever adjust this too much, and I don't really adjust this too much. The only thing I really adjust is this, the angle of the tip, and the fan. That's it. So that's how simple it is. Nothing hard to it. Again, this is a male connector. It's a 1/4 inch male connector. You get them at Harbor Freight. They're like $1. They're over on the bins, over by where they sell the sprayers. Okay, good. And the hoses. All right. So this is the footboard of a king size bed that I'm doing. This is the headboard. You can see that. It's massive, and I thought it would be too massive to do in the live. So I'm just gonna work on the footboard. So I have my sprayer all set up. This is the hose that I'm connecting to. This is the female connector, and it pulls back. And I think you can get a package of these, like you have a whole set at Harbor Freight if you're not familiar with them. And then you just pull back and drop your connection in, and now it's good to go. So I'm gonna go load my paint real fast. Okay, so I got my paint loaded. Today I'm not using DIY. I'm actually using Behr product. This is a custom job for a client. So I have to use the products that I have to accomplish what my clients want. So I will be using Behr today. I've moved this around a little bit, but when I fill my paint up, I fill it about halfway through. You don't really want to go much farther than that when you're spraying. So it's going to get a little loud. reason I went ahead and did the back too, even though you couldn't see, is because I wanted to show you how much you can get through with just that much paint. So I just ran out of paint. One of the things that you don't want to do is, like I heard it start to spurt. I don't want to continue, even though there might be a little bit of paint left in there. I want to go ahead and I want to reload it at that point. But what's really important is when you're spraying is to let on and off when you're spraying, so it builds the pressure back up. So you don't want to just hold the handle. You want to spray a little bit, let go, and then proceed. What time is it? It is just after 11 a.m. Zoe. So I got this one coat on. I do have to go back over, and I like to get underneath in here, let it dry before I go back and do a second coat. But it's not fast. I mean, spraying is completely game changing. If you have not started spraying yet, I really recommend it. Now, in this sprayer, I know that you can use chalk paint. I have personally only tried DIY in this. And if DIY will spray through it, anything will spray through it. People ask a lot if you need to dilute DIY when you're spraying in the spray gun. You do not need to dilute it. You can if you choose to. Personally, I think you get more out of your paint if you don't dilute it, just because it has such a good coverage that you don't have to. Like, if I was spraying DIY right now, as long as I didn't miss any spots, I would probably be done with this, you know. Now, I did miss a few spots here, and this is a different type of paint. So I want to make sure before I go back over any spots that I missed, I want to make sure this first coat dries, because I do not want any runs in this. And I'm using an alkylid paint today, so it's completely, you know, it's a latex-ish, it's an enamel paint, so it's different. So I want to be a little bit more careful with it. But again, you can literally pour DIY straight in here, or any chalk paint for that matter, and spray with this gun. Now, I am not affiliated with these guns at all. I just use them. So if you have a Harbor Freight and you get the coupons, you get their coupon book, they normally run these on sale every other month between $7.99 and $9.99 a month. And per day you can go in and you can buy 3. I think they lowered the limit to. But I go in and I stockpile them. Now, we're not in as hot of weather as we normally are, so I could just leave this all day long, keep coming back to it, using it, nothing to worry about. It's not going to dry out on me. Now, if I'm done for the day, what I'll do is I will fill this cup full of water, and I'll run the water through it. And for me, because I'm terrible at cleaning, if you know me, you know that I am the worst at cleaning. So that's sufficient for me, and I'm not that worried about it because they're not that expensive. So if I go back to it a day or a week later and it's clogged, then I just break out another sprayer. So if you're one that you want to get the most maximum out of these, you know, definitely run water through them when you're done every day. You can take them apart. It comes with a little cleaning kit that you can get in there with a little brush and clean it. But I just find that the water, I've had these last me, and a month is a really long time for me. So like I've had them last a month. I've had them, I'll just get done for the day and I'll take them off the hose, forget about them, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to even run water through it. And then I'll come back and it's good. So it really depends what you're putting through it. Now, these are not, I don't think, as good for like poly or big top or anything like that. There's a different sprayer. It's like an aluminum canister. They also have at Harbor Freight that I like to use for my sealants. But again, I mean, these are great for paint. I don't highly recommend them for sealant, but they may work for, you know, people. It's really a preference. My spray style with this gun, I don't like it. So, when you're spraying too, what's really important is, you know, keeping a steady flow of going up and down, like on this piece here. I don't want to go side to side. I want to go with the flow of the piece. Here, I want to go side to side. I don't want to go up and down. Looks perfect. And you also, you don't want to get too close. You want to stand a little bit of a distance away. Because if you get too close, you're going to have possible runs. And you want to keep moving. You never want to sit on one spot more, you know, you just want to go by. Do not like sit there and just spray at it, because you're going to get runs if you do that. So, but yeah, I can't really go back over this, so I'm simulating right now. But I will probably, like this here, I was able to do half this other side. Because this is a footboard, of course, I'm doing both sides of it. So I was able to get one full coat and a partial coat on the back just by filling this up to here. So the paint goes far. You can get a lot done. This whole project, I actually only anticipate using a quart of paint for. If I need more, I'll go back and get more. But I'm doing a headboard, a footboard, and then 2 rather large nightstands. And I'll have it all done today. So, so if you have not started spraying, I really recommend to start spraying. Something else too I want to point out is on this side of the garage, we have our tools and stuff like that. And, you know, we put a tarp over it. Just to make sure we don't get any paint or anything on them. But I don't, other than that, I don't use a tent, or I don't use tarps anywhere. I just make sure that when I'm spraying, it's well ventilated, especially when I'm doing kitchens and I'm doing like 18 or 20 doors at a time. You know, it'll get a little film in the room, but it settles. Usually when it settles on things around, it's more like a dust and you can wipe it off. So I have my TV out here, I have my computers out here, and everything is fine. So if that's one of the struggles that you have with spraying, don't worry about it. It's just not that big of a deal. Anyway, if you have any questions, I mean, these are not difficult. Like I said, the one thing is you're gonna adjust this for how hard your paint's gonna come out, and then depending on your paint style, you know, if you are one that is gonna be closer, you don't want it coming out as hard as it's gonna come out. You want a softer mist, but I would practice on something before you work on something that you're actually going to use or sell, just to get familiar with the gun. But they're really easy and they're big time savers. So hopefully I was a little bit helpful today. I'm kind of at a standstill because I was planning on doing the big headboard today, and then I was like, I don't think it's going to fit in there, and I just wanted something that is a little bit more visual for the video, so I decided to do the footboard. But it goes so fast. It really goes fast. So I'm going to jump off here. If anybody would happen to have any questions about anything that I could help with, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.